Alright, so I'm back with another Spellforce 3 replay cast. This is going to be game 2 from the round 1 matchup between AquaKaZam and Scrangos in the Dragon's Eye tournament. And for this game, we're going to be on Ancient City, which is a personal favorite map of mine. So let's get into this and see how it plays out. So again, as the green Orcs, we've got AquaKaZam. He's going for the Occultist. And for Scrangos, he's playing purple Dark Elves again. And he's going for Guardian of Noor. Alright, so one of the main things that I'm going to be looking at as this game goes along is how is the play and the control between the two players occurring on these Medusa sectors. So for the Orcs, they're going to need iron sectors, and generally speaking, Aqua's going to get these two sectors and likely control them. See him using Demonic Pact to clear out that pack of zombies. So in order to get a bigger iron income, you're going to need to control one of these Medusa sectors, one of these central sectors. And there's going to be a lot of experience and again, the iron to be fought over in these two sectors. So we'll see how that plays out as the game goes. Looks like both guys are going just for that first camp and then over to the one across the wall from their capital. For me, and I'm going to get this resource thing up here. For me, I like to do this pathing and then use my homecoming stone to teleport over here just to quicken up the process. So there he goes. He's getting away from the Spectre as well. Let's see if Scrangos does the same. It's a good use of the Spectre, trying to slow down the Occultist, and he seems like he understands where he's going next. So instead of teleporting, Scrangos is going to go aggressive, it looks like. So what he's aiming to do is take these zombies from AquaKaZam. Now, in my mind, maybe instead of leveling blocking momentum, you level soul transformation so you can use the teleport to cover distance faster and get up here quicker. With his Spectre, he can see that the Occultist is starting to get close, so we'll see how this goes. And he's going to go for the flag instead of the zombies right away, so he prioritizes the flag instead of the experience, and it looks like Aqua got all the kills. I'm not sure how gold gets distributed if it drops right next to both players, but he is going to give up on that flag. And so Scrangos has this flag over in Aqua's side of the map. And it will get upgraded. I'm going to switch back views. He had view from the Spectre and saw where he teleported to, so that was a little interesting interaction there. But this is the right play. Aqua is now in turn going down to compete for Scrangos' side of the map and some of the experience over there. So let's see if Scrangos deals with this camp right away or goes across. He's going to grab the flag. And it looked like he was about to attack them, but then, maybe not. I think he's a little stuck between moves here. Maybe wondering if, because he doesn't know that this Occultist is here, he's probably wondering, should I just clear this camp right now? Or is it possible that Aqua's coming down south and looking to take these zombies? And that's what happened. So Aqua's actually going to take the Godstone back and not compete for this area. He didn't have a ward or anything over here, so he didn't know that these zombies were still left. I'd be curious, if he knew these zombies were still here, would he have come and fought for them? I would guess yes, but it's reasonable to think that Scrangos took those on the way. So he went back, and I'm assuming he made a purchase. Let's check items. Okay, he got the level 3 armor. Now for Scrangos, let's see what he's seeing. So he's losing a couple spiders over here, and to those Medusas. So that's unfortunate, but I think we've all been there where you know have some units going to meet up with your hero, and they walk through a creep camp that is still up. So he's got Soul Catharsis this time. Deep Waters, Block Momentum, Soul Transformation now. Debilitating Blow and Brute Force. And then let's see what abilities. Oh, and actually I'm going to drop this down because Aqua is going for the Medusa camp. So this I like. I think you compete for the Medusa camps as soon as you can. In fact, I believe that for Scrangos, you know, this is one of those things where watching your own replays can help if you're trying to play competitively. We'll realize that attacking this outpost with the damage output that he has on his Guardian of Nor and a couple Tarantulas, he's not going to take out that scouting outpost while Aqua's repairing it, which a player of Aqua's level is going to notice when a building is getting attacked and is going to repair it within a reasonable amount of time. So instead, redirect yourself and get over to these Medusas, which he's doing now, so that's good. And now he's going to fight for some of this experience and hopefully get some of it before Aqua gets into the area to contend for it. We'll see. Good pullback micro. I like to see this. And here comes his buddy. And remember, he's got the tier 3 armor now. And I don't think Scrangos has made a trip to the shop yet. But he grabbed the sector center, which was good. A lot of goblins here, a lot of scoundrels. I have a tendency to call these guys goblins, but they are officially called scoundrels. So let's see, Guardian Nor is kind of low, but I'm assuming he has potions. He's got 4 potions, so that's good. He's on 3. Zoom in here. One rider still alive, so I figure Aqua realizes that. There you go. That's nice. Getting what you can out of that little skirmish. I figure Aqua realizes that he can't take this base right now, especially with it upgrading, and so his time is better spent elsewhere. You see, Scrangos is pretty low on wood. If you watch game 1, I mentioned that Dark Elves use a lot of wood in the early game especially. So, let's see, he's got a stone cutter, wood cutter here. Stone and hunt. Got a Hall of Pain in the main camp. And wow, 2 hunting cabins, 2 wood cutters. This is an interesting way to allocate resources. I guess maybe he's trying to go troop heavy in the beginning. I figure that's why you get the multiple hunting cabins. Harassing the stonecutter, but luckily for Scrangos, he's got another one that will be on the way over here. And this is again where, you know, I'll say the same thing as the last time. When you're facing the occultist, I don't think you want to get a lot of tarantulas because he's gonna get his Blood Sacrifice and his Blood Confluence abilities off. And if you don't know the abilities, Blood Sacrifice causes the effect bleeding. That's that red drop that you're seeing. And when he uses Blood Confluence, it removes the bleeding from any of the units in his area and gives him health. So he can get a lot of his health back from these tarantulas without taking too much damage. I'm going to quickly check ability levels. So, another point into Deep Waters and a point into Plague Field for Scrangos. And for Aqua, 2 Resilience, 2 Concentration, and the rest is the same. He's got Nullify. So this is good. I like what Scrangos is doing. He's putting some pressure on Aqua's Iron Mines. And like I said earlier in the match, iron is such a valuable resource for the Orcs, so if you can slow down their income of that, that's definitely valuable. Let me go back to free spectating and see what else is going on the map. Okay, so he's got the occultist surrounded there, but he slipped his way out. And right about now, I would say you might leave. Let's see. Actually, maybe not. So Aqua is out of potions. He did hit level 5, so he's got Blood like Tar, and he also got Sanguine Burst. Sanguine Burst is just burst damage as long as you hit someone who's got bleeding on them. I think it's the area of effect. Yeah, 10-meter area of effect. So, just healed himself a bunch. Again, if you mix in some range units like infiltrators, you can take away some of the value of that blood confluence ability. But Scrangos is doing a good job of using his Guardian of Nor to focus down the occultist and just kind of bullying him out of combat. There he goes, retargeting. You see, as soon as he gets close, Aqua knows he needs to back up because he can't just keep taking these, what's it called, debilitating blow and these other abilities. Looks like he kind of missed target. He was attacking the Iron Mine, but at this point, I would say you might want to back up if you're Scrangos. And you can see, like in the midst of the battle, both players are starting to float resources. When you're focusing on using your abilities and whatnot and retargeting, it's easy to forget to be doing construction, training troops. Like all this wood should be going into construction, ideally. And same thing for Aqua. He could be training a lot of hunters, maybe brutes with this. I can't imagine Aqua's gonna go for brutes in this matchup. Damn, the Guardian went down there. So that's unfortunate, but he'll respawn. And this looks like it was an accidental lack of a rally point. So what you can do is you can select your military structures. So I have a hotkey, and you can set a hotkey for select all military structures. And I do that anytime I build a new one. And then I right click on my hero or somewhere that I want to gather troops. If not, your hero is somewhere near where the action is happening on the map or where you want to make it happen on the map. And all these tarantulas could have been in that mix and helping him pressure that iron. And I wonder if all these were here, could Scrangos have done some more damage in there? This is a pretty sizable amount of troops. As you can see, wow, there's a horde of goblins, horde of scoundrels getting ready. And I'm going to check unit counts here. So 30 scoundrels, 6 hunters, and the Ward Rider. And then for Scrangos, and you can see from the population, he's behind Aqua right now. But he's got a pretty sizable group of tarantulas. He's got 30. And we'll see where he goes from here. So we're on tier 2 for both players, Risen Calrak and the Capital. And again, right now the iron sectors are split, but you can see that Aqua is starting to put the pressure on this iron mine. And Scrangos, intelligently so, is upgrading this to a border fortress. So, gotta watch out here because now there's hunters out. And he's got Nullify right. So we'll get these tarantulas in the mix and hopefully get the Guardian Nor out of here. I'll be very careful because Aqua seems like he's been liking to put points into the concentration ability, which decreases cooldown. So he's going to get nullified soon. I can almost guarantee that. Let's see. And watch the movement of these hunters. That's a tell. So, I mean, I guess they kind of only had one target at that point, but if you're ever playing against an Orc player, especially for people who are new at this game, as soon as you see hunters coming out, be wary with your hero movement. Any high value units, especially your hero, be wary with how you're moving them, because throughout the rest of this game, I guarantee we're going to see this from a player like Aqua. He's going to slow creep or kind of inch his hunters into the mix, and he's going to use Nullify once they're a little bit more forward so they have more room to deal damage. He's going to use Nullify and pull in a hero or pull in a clump of units and then unload on them with these hunters. So, or the inverse. You pull the occultist to the hunters and you use Nullify. So, with this combination, if the Orc player was using the Goblin Shaman, it would be different. But he has the Occultist and he has the Hunters, and that combination, you're going to see Nullify pulling in heroes and getting picks like that. So something to just keep an eye on for the rest of this game. So Guardian of Nora is down. Unfortunately, this sector is going to go down for Scrangos. He's got a lot of food, so this is one of those times where if your hero's dead and you're not needing to use as much APM for casting spells and moving him around and whatnot, maybe buying items, whatever it is, juggle workers around in your economy. You know, you got six hunting cabin workers right now. You could relocate some of those to wood. You know, you could get more iron workers, definitely. Maybe not in this sector because you need wood right now. Let's see what's going on over here. Same thing, wood. But, you know, upgrade this. Get some more iron going. So, geez, Aqua's got a big old army right now. Let's check 17 hunters, 3 brutes. Right. So we see concentration and nullify. He definitely likes this combination. Death resilience and blood confluence. So he can kind of sustain his health pool by, you know, having resistances from death resilience, low cooldown on blood confluence, and he doesn't need to use blood sacrifice really anymore, in my opinion, because he's got blood like tar, which is automatically going to be triggering bleeding on some of these enemy units around him. And then let's see what Scrangos' skill build is right now. So he's actually at the same spot because he hasn't leveled up recently. And you know, you could mainly attribute that to when there are battles between these two players, Aqua is pretty adamantly picking off the hero before there's much to be done. I like this. The Scions I like. There's a lot of goblins, a lot of scoundrels. I keep saying that. There's a lot of scoundrels on the field. Scions are going to obliterate scoundrels because of the small model size and the way they clump up in melee. You don't want to use them yet. Right, so that's good. He's reading this right. You know, back up, protect the sector center because you have to protect the sector center at this point. The more sectors you lose, I mean, you've only got 3 and it's almost 18 minutes into the game, so the economy of the other player is booming so much, you don't have a choice. And this game is basically over. A player of Aqua's caliber is not going to let this go. We'll watch this to the end and just see what this looks like. And some of these guys are going to melt. Watch this. Boom. That's beautiful. So I love to see the Scions. But again, he's gonna get nullified, and the hunters are gonna move forward. Yep. So there you go. And that's gonna be game soon. But again, you know, well played to both players, AquaKaZam and Scrangos both. I like to see how Scrangos plays a little bit aggressively. You know, it's nice to see a mixture of play styles. Some people are very macro oriented; they just want to stay on their side of the map and build up. And you know, I wouldn't say that that's boring, but I definitely like to see some aggressive play style in the mix. And both times Scrangos showed that. You know, he took this little side path and went to take some experience from Aqua, and did the same thing in the last match. And yeah, I mean, definitely pulled his own weight in this matchup. Again, Aqua is the #1 Orc player, and I would guess he's probably like top 5 players overall, and has been for a while. So good stuff. I'll take a look at the score overview. So there you go. Better kill death ratio that game. Closer, I should say. And still more heroes killed for Aqua. You know, more buildings destroyed. He was the one putting most of the pressure once you got to kind of the mid game. I'll just skirt through all these. So yeah, never want to be on Tech 2 for either player. Alright, so there you go. So Aqua took that series 2-0, and he'll be on to the next round. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again on the next one.